Welcome back to HARBRO Freight Quality Videos, Lowest Prices, and today we have more early Black Friday, but these are super coupons. And I see the theme for the month, except the instant savings, they just kind of got lazy and extended the old instant savings. But these new super coupons, which are starting the 10th, for all intents and purposes are super coupons, but are being relabeled as early Black Friday. Either way, if you find this useful or helpful, dare I say entertaining, please consider liking and subscribing. We're making our way to 20,000, and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the Harbros. Maybe stay tuned to the very end, because there's some things I'm working on that I want to kind of just mention. But let's jump right in. Of course, free gift this weekend. Has anybody, I know it's early, anybody gotten their moving blanket, wrench set, or shop towels? Let me know if you have, but let's go ahead and dive in. We have early Black Friday coupon deals starting November 10th to December 1st. Use in store. It says online as well. Starting with Bauer. Bauer Alert. 2.8 amp 5-inch random orbit palm sander, 20 bucks. 50% off. Let's zoom in a little bit. 50% off. Digging it already. 20 bucks, normally 40 bucks compared to Craftsman. I'm in. Next, Grant's 6-inch universal pad, your choice, $7.99, normally 10 bucks, 20% off, your choice of compound polishing finishing foam 1-pack or heavy cut microfiber 2-pack, of course, not Machiavelli. Hercules Alert, 11 amp 4.5-inch paddle swing, paddle switch angle grinder, $53.99, normally 60 bucks, 10% off. Terrible. 10% off. Not great. This compares to DeWalt. Next, Bauer 6-inch bench grinder, that's average, with LED lights, $44.99, 18% off, normally 55 bucks, compared to Ryobi. More Bauer, a few Bauers here. Bauer Alerts, forget about Bauer. Bauer 15 amp, 35 pound, 1 1/8 inch hex lower wall breaker hammer, $350, 50 bucks off. Chisel sold separately, compare it to Bosch, and 50 bucks is solid. 40 bucks would be 10%, 60 bucks would be 15%. Actually, I take that back. Less than 15% is not great. It's not terrible. 3.6 rockin'. Bauer 15 amp 7-inch trigger grip angle grinder with 180-degree rotating body. That's how I like it. $80, 11% off, normally 90 bucks. Grinding wheel sold separately. This compared to Rigid. And some more Bauer. The 32-inch steel adjustable sawhorse, 1,300 pound capacity. 50 bucks, normally 60 bucks, 16% off. Bauer's 15 amp, 12.5 inch portable thickness planer, 300 bucks, normally 350, $50 off. That is solid. The Harbro's favorite tool of the year nominee, Chicago Electric Power Tools 3/4 horsepower concrete vibrator. 3/4 horsepower, a little bit too strong for my taste for a vibrator, but maybe the Harbros think different. 80 bucks, normally 100 bucks, $20 off, 20% off. Solid. I can feel that deal in my gut. Chicago Electric Power Tools 1.3 amp variable speed rotary toolkit, 31 piece, $15, 23, normally 34% off. Good discount there. More Bauer 2.2 amp orbital 1/4 inch sheet sander, $15, normally 25 bucks, 40% off. 40% off sheet sander for those stubborn stains in your sheets compared to Ryobi. Hercules 30-inch long mixing paddle. It is long, 13 bucks, 18% off, normally 16 bucks. Your choice of spiral, heavy duty, or parallel. We continue. More Bauer. We got quite a few Bauer here. This is a Bauer early Black Friday deal. Bauer 22-inch variable speed scroll saw, $250, $30 off. Just over 10% compared to DeWalt. Then we have Bauer oscillating edge belt and spindle sander, $180, $20 off. Exactly 10%. Central Machinery 7 by 10-inch precision bench top mini lathe. Central Machinery, hey, see you. $650, normally 700 bucks, $50 off. That I'm not impressed with at all. That's like telling Dyatlov that there's graphite on the floor. You didn't because it's not there. Continue. Chicago Electric Power Tools 4-inch biscuit plate joiner, 40 bucks, 27% off, normally $55 compared to Makita. Hercules Alert again, 16-inch long 1/4 inch hex shank spade bits, 3-piece, $18, 10% off. All right. Hercules Alert again, Here's a 2-inch by 48-inch belt grinder, $250, $50 off, normally $300. I like that compared to Dayton. Just over 20% off on this Hercules belt grinder. And since we haven't seen too many Hercules deals, anything over 20% for Hercules feels super solid. Next, Essential Machinery 14-inch oscillating spindle sander for $130, $30 off. Also a solid deal. Moving on to some hand tools. We have the Doyle 4.5-inch swivel vise with anvil and pipe jaws for $110, $20 off. Solid. Pittsburgh alert. Ratcheting screwdriver set 26-piece for $9. Normally $13, 30% off. Compare that with Husky. More Pittsburgh 4-pound hardwood engineer's hammer. $10, 23% off. Normally $13. The Easy Reach and Grab Around pickup and reaching tool. $6.99, normally $9, 22% off. Compare that to Easy Reacher. Maddox pneumatic fan clutch wrench set, $55, 26% off, normally $75. Compare that to Lyle. Doyle's 4-pound steel cross peen hammer for $15, 16% off. Compared to Estwing. We like us some Estwing. Pittsburgh again, 15-inch flat pry bar for $3, normally $4, 25% off. A few Pittsburgh here. Solid deal. The stubby ratcheting combination wrench set 7-piece. Your choice of SAE or metric, $20. Normally $28, 28% off. Solid deal. Stubby ratcheting combination wrench sets. Limit 3. Let's go Pittsburgh. Compare to Craftsman. Next, Pittsburgh again. 10-inch curved jaw locking pliers for $5. 37% off compared to Performance Tool. Doyle Rules 12-inch high performance adjustable wrench, $10, 33% off. Compare that to Klein Tools. We've got a Gordon alert, large snap blade utility knife for $1.50, 34% off. Normally $2.29. And then we have Central Machinery long reach magnetic pickup tool with quick release, $12, 14% off. And we have some Pittsburgh nail punch set 3-piece at $2, normally $4, 50% off. Compare that with Stanley. Moving on to air tools and compressors. We have McGraw 165 PSI oil lube belt drive shop auto air compressor for $500. Normally $569.99. So not a terrible deal. Not great, but not terrible. $70 off is decent. But actually, as we say that, let's just double check. Make sure it passes our 15% threshold. We're going to do $570, and it's actually not great, not terrible. It's our 3.6 rockin', only 12% off. And our rule of thumb is minimum 15% off that we need to get on anything unless you absolutely need it, because patience is virtue. Fortress 10-gallon 175 PSI ultra quiet oil free horizontal shop auto air compressor, $250, $40 off, normally $290. We have Central Pneumatic 20-ounce HVLP gravity feed air spray gun with regulator, $20, 33% off, normally $30. Solid deal. Next, we have the Fortress 6-gallon 150 PSI ultra quiet oil-free pancake job site air compressor for $200, $30 off. It's okay. Central Pneumatic 100-foot manual steel air hose reel for $20, 20% off, normally $25. Merlin's straight air chuck with lock-on lever for $3, 25% off. The Merlin 5-in-1 safety coupler for $9, $12, normally 25% off there. Moving on to some tool storage and organization. U.S. General alerts here. The U.S. General magnetic glove tissue dispenser, $13, only 13% off. A little disappointing, but when you compare it to Snap-on, geez, you'll save 75%. U.S. General magnetic cup holder for $10, 23% off is much better, normally $13. You have the U.S. General 4-tier shelf, 23-inch by 12-inch by 52-inch, $25, 16% off there. I imagine these will go on sale more with the new U.S. General shelves that are coming out or that are already out. More U.S. General magnetic spray can and screwdriver holder for $10, 33% off. There it is. Normally $15, so that's an excellent deal. Compare that to Snap-on as well. Yukon 65-inch multi-purpose wall mount tool organizer for $13, 13% off. It's unfortunate. And the Voyager 12-inch toolbox with top tray for $5, 28% off, normally $7. Compare that to Stanley. We continue. Automotive. We have Pittsburgh 3-ton floor jack with rapid pump for $140, Normally 150, and a 4,000 Rotkin, a Dyatlov deal. $10 off only. Compare this to Power Torque. Come on, that isn't Black Friday. That's not a Black Friday deal. What's going on? Viking 3400 peak amp pro portable car battery, jump starter and power pack, 32 $329.99, $50 off. Normally $380. More Viking 4 amp fully automatic microprocessor controlled battery charger maintainer for $30. 25% off is okay. I mean, that's solid. I think these were 40% off not too long ago. Normally $40, $30, still decent. Compare that to Duracell. We got some Hallmaster, the 1,000-pound capacity, 1.5 inch by 10-foot ratcheting tie downs. 4-pack, $18, normally $28, 35% off. Great deal there. Pittsburgh's adjustable shop stool with backrest for $60, 20% off is solid. More Hallmaster, the 5,000-pound capacity A-frame, weather-resistant electric trailer jack with drop leg, $210. Normally $230, $20 off. That's less than 10%. Moving on, we got Badland 48-inch farming jack for $90, $10 off. That's 10% off. Pittsburgh's 12-volt diesel transfer pump for $100, $40 off. That's a good deal. Compare that to Roughneck. Pittsburgh Z Creeper 2-in-1 mechanic seat and creeper, $40, normally $50, 20% off. Okay, it's at least decent. Some Badland, a 2,000-pound utility trailer winch with steel rope, $48, 12% off. Not for vertical lifting. You have Pittsburgh 20-gallon portable oil lift drain, which if you have the space in your garage and you can get underneath your car, that's incredible. $140, normally $175, $35 off. And then we have an icon alert. Icon alert, finally. Again, I feel like we haven't had an icon alert in ages. We have the Icon 37-inch, 400-pound capacity premium creeper, $75, normally $90, 16% off above our minimum threshold, so that's okay. Compare it to Snap-on, you save over $200, which is nuts. Icon, let's go. Hallmaster, 1,000-pound capacity, 72-inch by 9-inch trifold loading ramp, set of 2, $120. $135, normally save $15. Central Machinery 12-inch shop press brake attachment, $160, normally $180, $20 off. And the Badland snatch block, get a snatch block because they do absolutely everything. I'll do anything with the right amount of leverage. $23, normally $30, 23% off. I love me some snatch block. Holt Industries 2.3-gallon manual fluid extractor, $69.99. That's nice. Normally $90, 22% off. Maddox bearing race and seal driver set, 10-piece, $30. Normally $40, 25% off compared to Performance Tool. Chicago Electric stud welder, dent repair kit, $69.99. Nice. Normally $90, 22% off there. We continue. Maddox heavy duty automotive tire repair kit, $17, normally $25, 32% off. Solid deal. Comes with a lot of things. Heavy duty repair kit, really good deal. Then we have the Hallmaster 9,000-pound capacity 3-inch by 30-foot recovery strap for $19, 24% off. Vikings 135 amp 6 and 12-volt battery and system load tester for $30, normally $40, 25% off there compared to Schumacher Electric, which is solid. We have RoadShock LED 14-inch spot flood combo LED light bar for $50, 16% off. And the Ames 3.5-inch digital inspection camera with micro SD card slot for $140. Normally $170, $30 off there. Moving on to some generators and engines. We have Predator 2,000 watt power station, 1545 watt hour capacity for $900, $50 off. Another Dyatlov deal here. Normally $950. That's less. That's about 5% off. $50 sounds great. 5% sounds terrible. The Vanguard 50-foot by 12 and 3 gauge multiple outlet extension cord with indicator light, $40, 16% off. More Vanguard 50-foot by 10 and 3 gauge triple tap extension cord for $67.49. Normally $75, only 10% off. And more generator, the 9,000 watt gas powered portable generator with CO Secure technology, $699.99. Nice. Normally $800, $100 off though. Wheel kit and battery sold separately. We have the Predator 6500 watt gas powered portable generator with CO Secure technology, $600. Another Diatlaw, $50 off. Wheel kit sold separately. And of course, these compared to Honda. Onto lawn and garden foldable aluminum sports chair. Your choice of green or blue, $25, 16% off. Portland 6.5 amp, 9.5 inch electric pole saw for $50, full 50 for $50, 16% off. Bowers 3000 psi, 1.1 gallons per minute brushless max performance electric pressure washer for $330, $50 off. Normally $380. Tarp for the tarp master out there, 11 foot by 19 foot heavy duty reflective all purpose weather resistant 9 mil tarp, $18, 21% off is not too bad. But we do see 50% off tarps relatively regularly. We have Drummond, 1/3 horsepower submersible utility pump, 2,000 gallons per hour, $80, $20 off. Gordon Alert high precision metal detector set for $115, normally $140, $25 off. Has anybody used these, or does anybody use metal detectors in general? What are you using it for? Are you actually finding treasure? Like, that sounds like fun. Anyways, here's a Gordon one, $25 off. Not too bad of a deal, almost 20%. We have Portland 14 amp, 1.5 inch capacity corded electric chipper shredder, $99, $40 off. Vanguard 15 foot by 16 and 3 gauge indoor outdoor extension cord, $699. Nice. Normally $10, 30% off is good. More tarps, the 28 foot by 59 foot. Say what? Heavy duty reflective all purpose weather resistant tarp, 9 mil tarp, $140. Normally $170, $30 off. Getting close to 20% there. And then we have some Atlas Alert. Some Atlas Alert, the 80 volt brushless cordless 18 inch chainsaw tool only for $135. $15 off. It's about 10% compared to Ego. But we do have the Atlas 80 volt brushless cordless 150 mile per hour 605 CFM blower. Also tool only, $60. 20% off is decent. But of course, battery and charger sold separately. Some home and security, the original Stick Tech, 50 yards of cloth back silver duct tape for $4, 16% off. The Franklin hardwood floor moving sliders, 8-pack, $329, 23% off. Some welding, the Berger, 12-inch F-style welding clamp, $20, 28% off. Vulcan MIG Max 215 industrial welder with 120, 240 volt input for $790, $110 off is okay. Yeah, because at $900, 10% off would be $90. $180 would be 20%. So just sub below 20%. Vulcan 10.1 square inch arc safe auto darkening welding helmet for $120, $20 off. And then the 13.5 square inch premium arc safe auto darkening welding helmet for $150. Normally $170, $20 off there. Onto electrical, the 60 foot by 3/4 inch industrial grade electrical tape 10-pack from Stick Tech for $549, 21% off. Quinn Alert 7-inch diagonal cutters, super solid deal, $5, 37% off. So that's probably close to as deep as they'll be discounted. Normally $8. So if you need some solid 7-inch diagonal cutters, these compared to Tecton wouldn't be a bad choice. Pittsburgh 3-in-1 multi-purpose stripper crimper and cutter, $4. Normally $6, 33% off. Excellent deal for a stripper. Don't fall in love though. And then we have the Pittsburgh 3/8 inch by 10 foot protective wire wrap. Make sure you wrap it up, $2, 42% off. Great deal. Onto material handling and safety, the Franklin 800-pound capacity hand truck for $60, 14% off. Does compare to Milwaukee. And then the Franklin 150-pound capacity foldable hand truck for $23, normally $35, 34% off. Also compared to Milwaukee. The 3-inch rubber light duty swivel caster and brake for $449, 25% off. And we got a great lineup here. The Ranger Comfort Grip knee pads, $699, 30% off. Normally $10 for those of you who are on your knees all day. Then the Western Safety back support belt for $8, 11% off. For those of you who are getting pain from behind constantly. Then Hardy Camo High Performance work gloves, $11.69, $13, 10% off. Firm grip, keep your hands from getting dirty. And we have the Hall Master 2-inch rubber swivel caster for $2, $2.99 normally, 33% off. Franklin's 1.88 inch by 55 yard heavy duty packaging tape gun for $6, Normally 9 bucks, 33% off. A solid tape gun is absolutely necessary if you're doing a lot of packaging. I don't know how this one is, but 6 bucks seems decent. I like me some Franklin compared to Scotch. 5/8 inch roller ball bearing, 69 cents. Nice. 33% off. We have the anti-fatigue roll mat for 9 bucks, 18% off. Building and construction, Quinn Alert, 21-inch heavy-duty carbide tile cutter for 30 bucks. Normally 40 bucks, so 25% off there. Solid. 6 foot by 9 foot. Nice. Canvas drop cloth for $6.99. Nice. 10 bucks, 30% off. Compared to the Everbuilt 6.9. Nice. Save 69%. Nice. This is probably the best deal I've ever seen on Harbor Freight. Canvas drop cloth. And then last but not least, the Braun 900 lumen rechargeable swivel head LED flashlight, 20 bucks, 20% off is decent compared to Streamlight. And those are, got a 6, nice. Those are our early Black Friday super coupon deals starting November 10th, our latest round, and November 9th. I think some decent deals. Definitely a variety of tools here. Not too many of the big hitters, but there was some Hercules. There was definitely some Bauer. Felt like they're trying to give us something. Definitely better than those instant savings that they got for us. But what floated your boat from these super coupons? Anything that interests you? I know we got more deals coming up, more weekend deals. I see some in the pipeline, some that I'm not aware of. Hopefully they come out. But what are you thinking? Let me know in the comments. And as usual, if you find this useful, helpful, please consider liking and or subscribing. And I did, for those of you who have stayed this long into the video, I do have an Instagram now where I want to share some of the things that I'm working on, some limited release merch that I'm not too sure how popular it'll be, but there's going to be a first round of things here. If they sell, great. If they don't, maybe I'll give them away. I'll definitely give them away if they don't sell. So if you don't buy them, I'll just give them away. But again, it's going to be limited. So just depending how it does, then we'll keep going. And randomly, I did start a TikTok. More condensed videos, obviously. I did start a TikTok. You don't have to go see it, but if you're interested and you want to support there as well, more condensed videos, less videos for now, but trying to expand there as well. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Happy Harbor Freighting, happy shopping. Get your free gifts this weekend. They're free, especially if you're ITC. Might as well stack up. Good luck out there as always. And as soon as I have more deals, I will send them your